What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. So I realized while I was in LA for about 3 hours. Actually, I was at LAX for 3 hours, to be more specific. For a team that just won the Stanley Cup, the Kings are still way behind in Los Angeles. Just watching it, all the stores in the terminal. The Lakers and Clippers, all those guys are front and center. Even USC and UCLA are ahead of them, which is neither here nor there. But I realized this before I left last week. I meant to do a piece on it, just got around to it. Right now, Boston is the hockey capital of the world. And, I know I'm biased and all that, and, I'm not being objective or whatnot, but the bottom line is, right now you've got the two best American prospects from down in a long time, in Jack Eichel and Noah Hannafin, playing at BU and BC respectively. You've got a great team in the Boston Bruins. I know they're struggling, but Chara and Krejci will be back tomorrow night, and, all be right in the world, or Thursday night, excuse me. And then, you got the Boston Blaze women's team. You got, again, we saw the Hillary Knight interview. You got Megan Duggan, you got Monique Lamoureux, you got so many U.S. Olympians out there. And then, the Boston College women's team with Alex Carpenter was one of the U.S. best forwards at the Olympics, leading the way. They're one of the best teams in the country. I believe they're still undefeated. So, you can't look at the city of Boston right now and say this isn't the place to be for hockey. All due respect to Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver, wherever, this, at least in the United States, it's the place to be. Again, part of it's benefited by having so many great and elite college hockey programs within the city limits, but also, having a legitimate contending, team in the NHL, and, a plethora of talented women's players makes Boston the absolute epitome of the hockey world right now. And I think I'm lucky to be here and be able to watch such greatness, in person on, any given night. Be able to go over to a BU or BC or even a Northeastern game, or go over to a Bruins game, go down to a Blaze game, and there's just so much great hockey there that you can't help but be like, wow, this is awesome. You think about the Olympians, you think about the guys on the Bruins that played obviously for their respective countries in February. Namely Patrice Bergeron won the gold medal. Zdeno Chara for Slovakia, Tuukka Rask backstop in Finland to a bronze medal. And going a step further with with the Blades, the aforementioned U.S. Olympians, Marie Philippoulin from Canada playing at BU. She's one of Canada's best players. And for both genders and for just for different countries being represented, there's no place else to be for hockey right now. And I think myself and every hockey fan in the New England area should be so blessed, because this is where it's happening, and it's impossible to not catch good hockey on a week-to-week basis. And that's something I think so many people, at least in the Boston area, take for granted, is having so many great college programs, having a great NHL team, and now having talented women's teams as well, loaded with U.S. Olympians and Olympians. Obviously, Poulin being a Canadian, that's just, it's sick, it's awesome, and you can just it's a great time. It's nowhere else I'd rather be. And for someone that left Florida to come back to this, weather may be awful, and sometimes people are crabby, but for this level of hockey, I'll take anything in the world. And it's one of those things I just think we take for granted, in the Massachusetts area. So anyway, that's our episode of the Power Play with CJ on Boston being the hockey capital of the world. Stay tuned for episodes for the season and beyond. Later, guys.